All right, we're on.
Shalom. Back out here once again, giving all praise to how about Shemi Al-Shai, about Shem Kakadash. Today's date is, what's today's date?
November 23.
November 23, 2019. Year Paragma, almost 2020. So, hey, pretty much what? Less than, we got what, like a month?
A week, right?
A month and about a week for the year 2020 comes in. All praises, man.
Yeah.
You know, we think that that's going to be a heavy year. You got any thing? Any scriptures? Anything?
Just
It'll come to me, but if I don't got nothing on my mind, I want to go into some deep topic.
Mark 13 and 34.
All right, let's go with that. Let's see what happens.
It says this. Well, let me start at 33. It says, Mark 13 and 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to every man his work.
We're his servants. We're his servants. And the servants start with the 144,000. When you said servants, it made me think of Revelation 7. Let's go to Revelation 7 and 1.
Revelation 7 and 1.
Let's see where that takes us. Go ahead.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the tree, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascended from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of their power, of our power in their foreheads.
So the sealing is going to be to the 144,000.
that's right.
Right.
All right, which is the so-called capital of the 1/3, which is the heads of Israel.
The
so
government.
we're being sealed now. This is the fulfillment of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, which I always think about that scripture now, because we're in full.
Yep. Full bloom.
The full prophecy is coming to pass. Us coming out of the graves, us going out there on the highways and the byways, us teaching, teaching the world of Israel, the ones that are going to wake up. Go ahead, read on. So, go to the first verse again.
Revelation 7 and 1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth.
You reading from the very first verse?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4.
Now, what does the 4 corners of the earth represent? North, west, east, and south.
Yep.
Or north, south, east, and west. It represents the whole world, meaning in the Greek, in the oikoumene sense of the word. Okay, this is a world thing, all right? You think that this is the Hebrew Israelite thing. It's just a little local thing, and it kind of got Americanized. No, this is a world thing, man. We got people all over the world that's been watching us. There's camps out there in Africa.
Yep.
Camps all over the world.
Australia,
Canada, all over the world, man. Different islands, you know.
forget about it.
Hey, that's why we now give props to the other camps, man. Because they push it. Hey, we give props to ISUPK. We give props to IUIC for pushing the word. The only thing that they're lacking is 100% knowledge. That's the only thing that they don't have,
Got a precept for
But
you.
they are out there teaching. Give me that. I believe we haven't gone through this in years, where the Lord said if they preach in my name, what is that? Mark 13. Is it?
I believe it's Mark.
I know it's Mark.
Quick precept for
All
you.
right, go ahead. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's Mark 13 and 9. If I'm not mistaken, but I know it's in the book of Mark.
Matthew 24 and 14.
Go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then the end shall come.
So has the gospel ever been preached throughout the whole world in the oikoumene sense? Yes, it has. Through the internet, man. If you notice, YouTube, they're blocking they blocked me. They blocked me off a video that I did back in the springtime, and they just brought it back up. Yeah. And then they had me see what you can watch the video, And I'm watching the thing. I said, yeah. And I put the appeal. I said, wait a minute. I said, you already blocked me on this one.
Yeah, con.
You know?
Con.
But they even getting Edomites, man. They even getting these alternative media.
Yeah, all forms of truth.
All forms of truth.
Yeah.
It's real. It's not because they're protecting the children. They don't give a fuck about the children,
Yeah,
man.
it's bullshit.
Hey, if you really gave a shit about children, there'll be no homeless children. There's homeless children out there, man.
Yeah, that's right.
So if you care about children, there'll be no such thing as homeless children, man.
That's right.
Because you don't give a fuck. That's your you know, what do you call it? How do you say?
MO?
That's your MO. You know, you put out, we got to do it for the children. You
Yeah.
don't give a shit for the children.
Yeah.
And the way you're going to push that chip is on his children.
Yeah.
Oh, you care about your children might get kidnapped. Make sure they get the chip. If they get the chip, that's their ass. What, we got it, brother?
Yep.
All
This
right.
is Mark,
Apostle, go ahead.
St. Mark chapter 9 verse 38. It says, and
9 verse 38. Go ahead.
wait, Mark is book of
Yeah,
Mark.
Mark. I knew it was Mark. Go
And
ahead.
John answered him, saying, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name, and he followeth not us, and we forbade him because he followeth not us. But Yahushua said, Forbid him not, for there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name that can lightly speak evil of me.
Right, so if you're pushing this in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and we know, and that proves that we know the name, it's not Yehoshua, it's not Yahweh.
It's not Jesus.
Our vocab is he's speaking in name, no, he's not speaking in name. But he'll get on us. Well, wait a minute, I said Jesus. Why did you say Yahushua? Because that's the name. Well, how do you know? Can you really prove it? No, we can't really prove it because it's based upon faith.
Right.
It was something that was given to us by our teachers, and we took it upon faith.
Yep.
Damn sure ain't Christ.
Oh, no.
You got Israelite groups
right,
with the
yeah.
title Christ.
Well,
What the hell is that
Christ,
about?
And we know-
that's Greek. All
We,
that.
we know that the devils. We know that Yahushua definitely spoke Hebrew, so like
Yeah.
that was a slip of the tongue.
Yeah,
Oh, well, let's prove that in Acts.
Come.
sure. Acts 21.
No, that's no Acts. What is it? Acts 13 and 26, is it?
26:13.
26:13.
Yeah,
26:13.
You got it. It's not. It's right there. It's right there.
It's
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Hey, if I missed that one, I'll come back to that one. You
That's
know?
right. That's right.
Acts
Hey, well,
That's what happens when you get old.
when you years ago we used to go to Job 18:11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side.
Right,
and
right,
you
right.
said one time you made a mistake. You went to 11:18.
Well, I still do that. I
But-
still do that.
but
But
that-
I still do that. And my
Con.
thing is that terrorist, I think 11:18, but
Con.
nope, it's 18:11. You know?
But you had brought that out because it said like when you read on down it says that they shall entreat thy face
Yep,
in that
yep,
same chapter. You
yep,
know,
yep,
so
yep.
you know.
Go ahead.
Acts 26 and 13. At midday, O king, I saw in the way a light from heaven above the brightness of the sun, shining round about me and them which journeyed with me. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue.
Now you got people say, well, they spoke Aramaic. Yes, you did have Aramaic. Now what does when you go to the root of Aramaic, it goes back to Aram, which was one of the sons of Shem.
Yeah.
Shem, yeah.
So they all spoke the same language,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Aramaic
It's Hebrew.
Aramaic
but
is Hebrew.
but it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
The dialect is different.
Yep.
Like Simon Bar Jonah, Bar is Aramaic for son of.
Right.
The actual Hebrew is the bun, not Bar.
Come.
Go ahead.
I heard a voice speaking
They
unto
say
me.
the book of Daniel was written in Aramaic. Well, Aramaic ain't nothing but Hebrew. Because what language did Daniel speak?
Hebrew.
He spoke Hebrew, you know?
He was a Jew.
Oh,
Real Jew.
the Septuagint. The Septuagint was not written by Edomites. The Septuagint was written by Jacob,
Yep.
who spoke Hebrew and Greek.
Hebrew
because
and
you had a
Greek,
lot of Hebrews that only knew Greek, so you had to make a Greek translation.
Yeah.
Just like we read out of an English translation. If we read stuff in the Hebrew, that would go. Could you imagine us reading in the Hebrew, speaking in the Hebrew? That's going to go over Jake's head.
Yeah.
What
Right.
the hell are they talking about?
It,
You know?
it says in Corinthians, I'd rather speak 5 words in where you could understand than 1,000 words in an unknown tongue.
Yep.
Well,
That's
You know?
the Apostle Paul said, if you speak in an unknown tongue, pray you interpret.
Interpret,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So,
and
yeah.
the churches teach that the unknown tongue,
Yeah.
This tongues is talking about sounding like a broken motorboat.
Yeah.
No, it's not talking about that.
Yeah.
It's talking about speaking in different languages. The churches
yeah.
don't even understand that.
Yep.
And that's another thing to hit on these churches, man.
Yeah, that's a video right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he shot what the hell is that?
Hey, well, the scriptures speak about the Jews that came to Jerusalem that's from every
I
nation.
was just going to say that.
Con.
Because matter of fact, I even did a video on that. And what was the purpose of, Oh, I was watching a video with the Sakari, right? And they had this one guy, I think from the Philippines. And I think he said that the Lord came for the Greeks too, the other nations. And he quoted Galatians, Galatians 3 verse 28. And so what Al-Azhar did was, no, we don't got to get it. He said Galatia. He said, where's Galatia? And the guy didn't know. He said, somewhere. So he said, you don't even know. That's why I always say this. I said, when you going back and forth with a Christian, ask them about what does that word mean? What does this mean? Where did that country come from? Who did that? You know?
Which Al-Azhar got that from us. Because when
he got everything. He said it. He said it recently. He said it in the video. He learned from the elders, man. He said that. So you don't hide it. You know?
Yeah. Because we'll pull out a scripture from Galatians. We'll say, this is the Apostle Paul wrote this letter to the Israelites in Galatia.
Or who's writing this letter? Who's this letter
who's
to?
This letter written
who's
to?
the author of this letter?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's right.
The book of Romans. Who's the author of the book of Romans?
Yeah. Who was it to?
Who was it written to? Yep.
Written to. Acts 26 and 14. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Now in the red letter edition, they got Saul, Saul. They got the words in red because Yahushua actually said that, but he said it in the Hebrew tongue.
I was wondering what took so long. Y'all gonna be on this side. Y'all gonna be on this side, right? For now. There you go.
Is Jacob get here yet? He has a sign.
So we ain't got the sign yet. The sign is not here. All right, when the sign gets here, you know?
Well, there's a little more. It says, 15 verse. And I said, who art thou, Lord? And he said, I am, well, now they have here, I am Jesus. But if it's in the Hebrew tongue, you know it couldn't be Jesus. You know he couldn't have said Jesus.
Right.
We believe according to faith, he said, I am Yahushua, whom thou persecutest.
Right, that's not Jesus. Where's that in Acts 7? I believe it's like the 43rd verse, where it speaks about Joshua.
Yeah, I believe that's it.
If I may say, there's no J in the Hebrew. That's number one. Number two, if it would be the actual Greek, it would be Jesus. It wouldn't be Jesus.
Exactly, because there was no J. The J didn't come about until what was that? The 1600s, 17th century. And if let's say Jesus is the English way of saying Yahushua, well, what's Joshua all about? You know? Hey, brothers, moving a little bit so you don't, people they feel free. Matter of fact, you can come right here. Come on this side. Just kind of come on this side, all right?
This is Acts chapter 7.
I'm the only one that want to be in the shot. I'm the superstar here.
Let him see me dance. That's great.
Let him see me dance.
This is Acts chapter.
That's a t-shirt, man.
Yeah.
The spirit of truth.
Yeah.
Let them see me dance.
Let them see me dance.
This motherfucker doing this shit. You know that kick up?
Yeah.
I used to be able to do that.
Oh, that's sacrilege.
Hey, I used to be able, you know what a kick up is? You know when you fall on your back and you
yeah.
I used to be able to do that, man.
Can't do that
don't
no
tell
more.
me to do it now. I'll break my back.
I could do
I
that.
would do that shit back and forth. I'd go whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah.
You know?
I could do it.
able to do backflips and shit, man.
I could do it in my mind.
I could do it all. I'll hurt myself doing it in my mind. That's how old I am. All right, go ahead. Where we at?
Acts 7:44. Our fathers had the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness, as he had appointed.
This is, by the way, when you read it, you say who's speaking here?
This is Stephen, right?
What happened, huh?
Stephen was speaking.
Stephen.
Right?
I'm sorry, I said
Stephen,
silence.
yeah.
I meant Stephen.
Con.
You know? and who killed Stephen? Who killed
The apostle, Saul, when he was Saul,
Consented to his death.
he consented. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Our fathers had the tabernacle of witness in the wilderness, and as he had appointed.
What's the tabernacle of witness? The tabernacle was a temple
Yep.
where they worshiped the Most High. And ultimately, they had to build a temple.
That was before they actually built the temple.
That's before they had the tabernacle. Yeah. But then they actually built the temple. Then the temple was destroyed. They destroyed the temple.
The Babylonians. Yep.
And then the temple was rebuilt.
Yep.
So the third temple, you got Christians thinking that there's going to be an actual physical temple.
Right.
Or a temple made out of stone.
Right.
It's going to be made. We're the temple.
Yep.
You know, Ezekiel 37. That's the building of the temple.
Yep.
I will build it as in the days of old, the house of David.
Hey,
They don't know that. They don't know what's going on, man.
Yep.
No,
They don't know what's going on.
Gross
and
darkness.
That's why they keep coming to the different. They come to us, then they go to ISCK, then they go to IUIC, then vocab go to this camp and that camp, and they bring the same stuff. And we're tired of it.
Gross
So the
darkness.
fuck you bring the same? You ask the same goddamn questions, man.
Yep.
That's the definition of insanity, man.
Yeah.
The definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing
Over and over again.
and expecting a different result, man. It's just like you banging your head on the wall. Bam, bam. Why is my head hurt? I want my head to feel good. Just stop banging your head against the goddamn wall.
Yep.
Why are you doing that? Because you're fucking insane, man.
Insane.
Good precept.
Insane in the membrane.
1 Corinthians 3:9. For we are laborers together with the Most High. Ye are the Most High's husbandry. Ye are the Most High's building.
Where you reading from?
1 Corinthians 3:9.
Ye are the Most High's husbandry. Ye are the Most High's building. Who are they? The Israelites.
Yep.
Also give me Acts, what is that? Acts 17:48, I believe.
Yep.
And then give me Acts 7, because we are in Acts 7. Was it Acts 7:24?
24. Yep.
Acts 17 and 48.
Yep.
Acts 17 and 48.
No, there is no 48. The highest it goes up to is 34.
Oh no, it's 17:24.
17:24.
And then
7:48.
Yeah.
The numbers are there.
That's right.
Okay.
Because when I go, wait, no. Go ahead.
Acts 17 and 24.
That's what I meant to say.
The Most High that
Give
made
my brain. Go ahead.
the Most High that made the world and all things therein, seeing that He is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands.
So who does He dwell in? He dwells in His people.
Yeah.
He dwells in His people. Oh, I found a scripture in Hebrews, the 2nd chapter. I forget what verse, but I did a video on it. I don't know how many people watch it, but because I put it on the new channel, which is GMS DocuTube, which is the old channel. Oh, I came up with another channel called What is it 666 Mark II GMS Truth. So that's going to be up. It's already up, but I got to, it takes a couple of days. It's on YouTube. I try to go to it. I guess it takes a couple of days to,
Process. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got a quick precept. 1 Peter 2 and 5. Ye also as lively stones.
Whatever precept y'all got, don't.
Ye also as lively stones are built
Where
up.
you reading from?
1 Peter 2 and 5. Ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua.
Right. Now, what's that one in what is it? I think it's 1 Peter 2 and 9, if I'm not mistaken.
But ye are a chosen generation.
Yeah. Is that 1 Peter 2 and 9?
Con.
Okay. 1 Peter 2.
You want me to get that one?
I got it right here.
Oh, okay.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that you should show forth the praises of Him who hath called you out of darkness into His marvelous light.
Called you.
So what nation is that talking? What people is that talking about?
The Israelites.
How can we prove it with another scripture?
Romans 9?
Deuteronomy 6, 7.
That's a good one. Go to that one. There's another one. There's
Romans
another
9?
one. A fulfillment. An exact fulfillment. Exodus. I gave you a hint.
Oh, 19.
Go give me that.
All right.
This is why these Christians are coming up, because they're trying to get if they can get one Gentile in, if you notice vocab in them, they'll read a scripture. See, that guy he was a Gentile. He was a Gentile. If they can get one Gentile in, they can get 1,000,001
Right.
Gentiles in.
Yeah.
But then you can't get one Gentile in.
That's right.
That's your home. And
Yeah.
look, it's not us. It's not us.
Done.
We just tell you want us to lie to you.
Yeah.
That's what
All
they
right, I'm
want.
gonna lie to you. The Gentiles can make it in.
How's the scripture going to tell us smooth things?
That's
Prophesied
which is a lie. Which
deceits.
is a lie. You know?
We ain't going to do
Don't
that.
tell me lies. Tell me sweet little lies.
Yeah. Fleetwood
Stevie
Mac.
Nick, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's what women like to hear. Do I look fat? You know, yeah,
Right.
you look good. Boy, you look great.
Shallow hell.
Oh, yeah, I can hardly see you so skinny. You know, that's what women, they wear that black and shit all the damn time.
Yep. You
Go
can
ahead.
hula hoop in a Cheerio, baby.
Yeah, that's it.
Exodus 19:5. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then you shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people from all.
Where you reading from?
Exodus 19:5.
Good.
For all the earth is
No,
mine.
you gotta start up with the fourth verse.
For, okay.
Start from the top.
Okay.
Start from the top.
Exodus 19:1. In the third month, when the children of Israel were going forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day they came into the wilderness of Sinai. For
Now,
they
was a wilderness. They went in the wilderness for 40 years. Go ahead.
For they were departed from Rephidim and were come to the desert of Sinai and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up unto the Most High, and the Lord called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob, and tell the children of Israel.
Beautiful. To the house of Jacob and to tell the children of Israel. All right? Well, wait a minute. What vocab always said, what about the mixed multitude? Did he say anything? Oh, no, don't forget. The mixed multitude.
Yeah.
Most I got rid of the mixed multitude in the wilderness, man.
That's it.
They were killed off.
That's right.
Go ahead.
You have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bear you on eagle's
Well, wait a
wings.
minute. That's racism, man.
Yep.
The Most High being a racist against Egyptians. Go ahead.
You have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bear you on eagle's wings.
Now, did he literally bear them on eagle's wings?
Nope.
No.
So you got to know when it's literal and when it's figurative.
Yep.
And sometimes the Most High make a statement literal and then come back and in the same breath make a statement that's figurative. All right? Go
Yep.
ahead.
And brought you unto myself.
And how did he do that? How did he do that? Brought you unto myself.
Deliver them out of from among the Egyptians.
Meaning brought you outside the Egyptians and brought you to the wilderness.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm going to deal with you. I'm going to give you the laws and I'm going to raise you up. Go ahead.
Yep. It
And
says,
you know what they did? That next generation, they didn't even circumcise the children. And the Most High got on Joshua about it, and Joshua made him, look, you're going to circumcise all your sons.
Yep.
So that shows you how rebellious our people are, man. And that's why we're in the condition that we're in today. On the damn bottom, man. Nobody respecting us. Because we didn't respect the Most High. Now, when you go to like Greek mythology, all the stories in Greek mythology is about how the people don't appreciate what Zeus did for them. And then Zeus is sending demons down there to jack them up. Check out all those movies, man. There's always no appreciation for Zeus.
Right.
Which Zeus is the Most High. What I mean by that is, Jakes came up with them stories.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, the movie Troy, that was a story written by Homer, which he was a big-nosed Jake. And he wrote that story about this guy, Achilles. That guy never existed. That was just Jake. Just like now you got superheroes, well, those were the superheroes back then. And they were all sons of Zeus. And Zeus was really the Most High, but they changed the name.
Right.
The image of Zeus is a man with a big afro looking like the Most High.
I got a precept for
Yeah,
you.
and there's a Salaki,
No,
if
go
I
ahead,
may
go
just
ahead.
say real quick.
Go ahead.
Then there's a description when they describe Zeus, they describe him as Ethiop, which is Ethiopian or so-called black. You know, Salaki.
No. You got
Yeah, they got a parallel story. They got parallel stories with the Bible, like Hercules
Oh, yeah.
will be
Samson.
synonymous with Samson.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they were all, and Hercules was a Jake, and Samson, we all know was a Jake, from the tribe of Dan.
Most deep.
Yeah, because earlier you
And,
made.
Samson looked just like an Ephraimite.
Khan, they had that movie. Yeah.
Yeah, because earlier you mentioned about eagle's wings. I got a precept that backs that up.
Go ahead.
Canaanites.
Exodus 12 and 33. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they say, we be all dead men. So that was the
Well,
Eagles.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep.
The Egyptians were urgent upon the Israelites, get out of our land.
Yeah, they had to move like a wing, like an eagle. They had to move swift.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Oh, give me Revelation 12. It also speaks about eagles. Eagles wings.
One of you brothers want to get there?
As a matter of fact, let's go to
Go
that.
jam
We're
in the
changing
wilderness,
gears.
huh?
Changing gears. Let's go to Revelation 12 and 1. And then we'll come back to these subjects here. We're hitting a lot of different, we're jumping around. Okay, like the house of pain. All right?
This is Revelation chapter 12,
By
verse
the way,
1.
The jigs.
Everlast, the house of pain. What nationality?
Jig. That's a jig right there.
Why you say that? You look like a white boy to me.
Israelite foreigner.
Right, Israelite food. Huh?
The Irish.
And how do you know? Because of the way he's saying, the way he carries himself. And Jake was vibing off of that. I remember when years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was that, 25 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, 30
Something like
years
that.
ago.
Yeah, something like
Man, Jake, man, you know how did Jake walk down the street and they humming, you know, they doing the rap. Man, when that came out, that's all that they, that was like the top right there.
That was
man.
like what, 1993 or
Something like that. That was way back, you know?
This is
Go ahead.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Moon represent what? What does the moon represent?
Understanding?
Right? What does the sun represent?
Wisdom.
Yep. And then you have the stars. The stars represent the tribes. Now, how can we prove that the stars are the tribes? I'll give you a hint. Genesis. Go ahead. There you go. Give it to me. Give it to me. You know what? Don't go to. Just quote it. Just quote it in the best way you can. What was said?
The blessing towards
Speak a little louder so the camera can hear you.
the blessing Jacob gave to his son.
No, the
Well,
dream.
no,
dream
but
gave
no,
it
there
to
was
him.
it was talking about Joseph.
Dream Joseph.
Joseph said that he had a dream that the stars bowed down to him,
Did on basis.
which was his brothers, and they got jealous of him, you know. So that's how you know that the stars. That's how you know that the stars in Revelation 12 are talking about the tribes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And Joseph was he was captured by the Arabs. He was
Right.
they were sold to the Ishmaelites.
Yep, that's
And
right.
when the Israelites, when Jacob and his sons came into Egypt, they had to bow to Joseph because Joseph was in charge.
That was the
That was the fulfillment of the dream. Yeah.
You know.
Joseph was in charge, you know.
Yep.
Verse
But he forgave him.
Yeah, he forgave him. Yeah, absolutely. This is
And
all
because
prophecy
in the
anyway.
kingdom, we all these different Israelite camps, we're gonna come together.
Oh, yeah,
All
yeah,
them brothers, man, they're all gonna make
Oh,
it.
yeah. We're all gonna be changed.
Including folk, guess what, folks?
Yeah.
You're gonna be in the kingdom.
Even
And
you.
You're gonna be, even your black head. You're gonna be walking around with your head down.
Yeah.
We're gonna pat you on the back. Don't worry about it, brother. That's all right.
That was your lot
That was your lot, man.
in the movie. That was your lot in the movie.
And then if you notice, when you did what you did, you weren't even getting on me. You were getting on Tazariak, man. And that basically defended Tazariak. Why? Because Tazariak is out there teaching him. You know, he's out there pushing that word. So you got to respect him. You got to give him props. He got a new one called Car Chronicles. I'll be cracking up. He's in the car in the parking lot. He's doing this shit. I said, this guy crazy, man. But anyway, that's his spirit. That's his spirit. So you got to give him props. Why? Because he's out there teaching the word. So when you came up against Tazariak, you really came up against me. Okay? Because he's doing the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, like a yoke fellow. Even though he's part of a different sect, let's say, okay, he's doing the work. He's every time I watch this man, he's defending. They got the call in. He's hitting them scriptures, the same scriptures that we would hit. So now there's a few things he goes off on. All right.
Yeah, like talking about we rape. We look to Zariak. We don't practice rape. All right. You slander. That was slander, man.
Well, he knows.
We never
I have a
taught
precept.
that.
Yo, well, that would be stupid for us to teach that.
Yeah.
You know how many young brothers we got amongst ourselves? If we taught that, you know, them young brothers do that and say, well, the elders said we can do that. The apostle.
Yeah.
No, we said, look, if you do that, man, we're gonna throw your ass under the bus.
Right.
We don't teach that.
We're making a point.
I'm sorry,
We're just
brother.
telling you what they did is that's in the law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason why you
That's what I
can't get it because you got caught up in your emotions.
Yeah, you
Like
got
a
all.
damn woman, man.
You in your feelings, man.
Yeah.
You can't get caught in your feelings, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what
That's
if you
all
were the guy that was Abraham? You always want to be a great, identified as I want to be great like Abraham. Well, guess what? The Most High told Abraham, kill your son Isaac.
Yep.
Did he get all emotional?
Nope.
Did he go tell Sarah?
No.
There's no record to tell her. Because you know what? Sarah would have lost it, man.
What do you mean?
What the fuck? Wait till he falls asleep. Trying to chop his head off or something, man.
Yeah.
You a nigga woman too, Sarah? A nigga
Yeah,
woman?
She get all in that.
Yeah.
What? You gonna
Yeah.
do what to my son?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? What you say, nigga?
Yeah.
What you say? The leg go. What you say? Nigga?
Yeah.
You say you gonna kill our son?
I was 99 years old when I had him.
99 years, you ain't labor pain. I want to, man. You ain't gonna kill a
Get
damn
that head
thing.
to roll. She get that head to
Yeah.
You ain't gonna kill a damn thing. You ain't gonna kill a damn thing with
You're
that
wagging that finger and shit. Have you lost your natural mind?
You lost your natural mind.
You ain't
Much
killing
study
nothing.
have made you mad.
You ain't killing nothing over here.
You ain't killing nothing over this way.
Most I ain't taking my son. No way. Hey, you know how the nigga woman is.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Well, she
Lord.
did. Well, she became a nigga woman many a times, man.
Yeah,
She started
yeah.
hating on Hagar.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was throwing plates at her ass. And she would walk by and put her foot out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not in the scriptures,
Yeah.
but she did something.
She was putting hell on
to
her,
make
yeah.
her fucking run into the wilderness.
Yeah. She was putting hell on
She
you.
was putting hell on you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
out in the wilderness with the.
Cut.
Oh.
What about the angel? She
Loud
lied
ass crickets.
Yeah.
Cricket, 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 cricket.
to Komodo dragons. and
Komodo
shit.
dragons walking around.
The branches.
Yep.
Hey, she lied to the angel.
How?
She lied
You
to
gotta
the
have
angel.
fun with this, man. And that's why God fall off, because they don't have fun with this.
They don't have fun.
Okay.
She lied to the angel.
Oh yeah. Yep.
The angel said you laughed. She said, no, I didn't laugh. The angel said, yeah, you did laugh.
And because you lied, your son's name is going to be called
Isaac.
Isaac, which in the Hebrew is how would you say it? How would you say it? Huh? How would you say it in the Hebrew?
Yatazakak.
Yatazakak. Yep.
Yeah.
Not Yatazakwak, but Yatazakak. That's how you would say it. All right?
Yeah.
It's a hard word.
Yep.
It's got a
It
chai
means
and a
laughter.
This is back in Revelation chapter 12, verse 2.
Oh man. Got my
And
laugh
she,
for this
being with child, cried, travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10
you know what I
horns.
said earlier? I almost forgot. There's an actual scripture that proves reincarnation and that proves that Yahushua is Abraham's son. That's in Hebrews 2. It's in Hebrews 2. I forget the verse. If you want to kind of go breeze through it, it's down in almost at the end. It's like maybe the last 4 or 5 verses, last 2 or 3 verses. It mentions angels.
Oh, okay. 16 verse.
Yeah, go ahead, read it.
This is Hebrews 12, and I'm going to start at verse 15. And delivered them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
You know, go up a verse above that. And I went through this a while back, maybe a year ago, and I was going to do a video on it, but the Spirit made me forget to do the video. And I forgot about that scripture altogether. Then I went through the whole book of Hebrews, and I was listening to it in the car, and I said, yeah, man, I remember I was going to do a video on that, man. You know, and I didn't. So the most I didn't want it to be brought out. So it came back to my memories, you know? My memory. Go ahead, read on.
Hebrews 2 and 14. Forasmuch then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood.
Hey, the book of Hebrews, that's a bad book, man.
Oh, man,
And from the first chapter to the last chapter, and Paul breaks down, he breaks down a lot of stuff, you know?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death.
This is talking about Yahweh Shai. Like he, in other words, he came down as a man and felt what we felt. Was tempted like we were tempted. Go ahead.
That through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil.
But the spiritual demon Satan. Go ahead.
And deliver them who through fear of death.
The Israelites, we feared death. Deuteronomy 28, around about the 64th verse around there. In the morning thou shalt say, would to the Most High, in the evening thou shalt say, would to the Most High be morning. You know? Because Jake go to sleep and they don't wake up. Yep. They got that high blood pressure, man. Go ahead.
And deliver them who through the fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage.
So we under bondage right now.
Yep.
We under bondage right now under Esau, man. No, we ain't. We can do what we want to do. This is a free motherfucker. Drive through a red light. See how fast your ass can pull over. The person popped out. You know, talking about I got a right. You get a bullet in your ass, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're in bondage.
This is reality, man. A nigga that thinks he's free is not even Esau's not free. Esau knows he ain't free. So how the hell you Negroes gonna be free? Go ahead.
If I may say, we're in bondage in these bodies too.
We're in bondage in
these bodies are a prison.
They're chains of darkness.
You get headaches, you get backaches, you get
cancer.
Cancer, yeah.
Angels don't get cancer.
Nope.
No.
All right?
They don't get backaches, they don't get
backaches,
toothaches, eye aches.
They don't got dentists up there in heaven.
Yeah, dental plan up
They
there.
don't got hospitals up there. They don't got angelic ambulance driving around and shit.
Cherub
they don't got
dentists.
fire departments and fire trucks and shit like that. Police department. Get the fuck out of here.
They don't have cherub dentists. Remember Jacob's ladder? He he told Danny Aiello, he said, you look like a giant cherub.
Oh yeah. That's it.
Shalom,
That's it.
brother.
Hey, shalom, Mike. Put it right here. Stick around. You on the side right here. I want the camera to be on me only, man. Let me see the star, baby.
Fan the camera.
Maybe next one, you know.
I want
If my head gets small, I'll let y'all be in the camera.
Put the camera on me.
Go ahead.
Hebrews 2 and 16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels,
That's it.
but he took on him the seed of Abraham.
Now, what is that talking about? What is that talking about?
That's right. Hey,
He didn't take on the nature of angels. Now, Melchizedek is the only man that came on the scene and had no father and mother. And it also tells you in the book of Hebrews. It said he did not take on the nature of angels, but did what?
He took on him the seed of
Now,
Abraham.
how did he take on him the seed of Abraham? He was actually Abraham's seed, which was Isaac. That was Isaac, man.
Because when Yahweh came to Abraham, he said, at this same time, in the time of life, I will return unto you again.
That's another one.
You know, that's in Genesis. I can't remember exactly where. You know, so pretty much, the Yahweh was telling Abraham that he was gonna be the spirit that was gonna come back as Isaac.
He said, I'll return to you as the time of life. As
Yep.
And then another good one is Galatians 3 verse 16. You can start from 50. Go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 1 verse 1.
That's a good one.
The book of the generation of Yahushua, the son of David, the son of Abraham.
Now, you know what I did? I did a video on that. I forget the name. There's so many videos since that one. When you read that again, nice and slow.
Matthew chapter 1 verse 1. The book of the generation of Yahushua.
Now, when you look up the word generation, you got to go to can you go to the blue letter and look up that word generation?
I mean, you got it.
If you can get it.
I found that other precept too.
In the Greek or in the Hebrew?
Well, it'll be in
18.
Greek.
Yeah. I mean, you got it, but you got to bring it out.
Greek or the Hebrew, the same thing. But in the Greek, it breaks it down, man. Right. It tells you what a generation is.
The Greek, Genesis, it says, source origin, a book of one's lineage.
What is a lineage? A line.
Genealogy.
The word lineage, you got the word line in it. Okay, you can't be here except you had a father. That's right. If you tell somebody, I don't got a father and a mother, I just came on the scene. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Aliens. Right, aliens.
Turn the light.
No pedigree.
No pedigree. All right. Now, the only man that did that was who? Was able to do that?
Melchizedek, yep.
And who was Melchizedek? That was
Yahushua,
Yahushua.
yep.
That's also in Hebrews. Paul breaks it down that that's Yahushua, man. All right? See, Christians will never get, in the video that I did, as I kept saying, Christians will never get this in a trillion years. Forget about a million, forget about a billion, a trillion. In other words, they'll never get it. They'll never get it. Go ahead.
A book of one's lineage, i.e., which i.e. means example given, in which his ancestry or progeny are enumerated.
What does prodigy mean? Anybody? What does prodigy mean? Nobody knows? Break the word down. It's a compound word. Pro meaning to go forward. What is it? Prodigy.
Progeny.
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 Gene means the gene, seed.
The gene goes forward.
Forward with the gene.
Right.
What is your gene? Your sperm.
Right. That
There's
description.
no man on the earth except for Melchizedek that came on the scene.
Con.
And then you have angels that come on the scene without having father and mother. But they're there for a while. Melchizedek actually came on the scene and he was the king of Salem. You know, he had a crown on his head. But he had no beginnings. That's Yahushua, because Yahushua is known as what? The Alpha and Omega, the I and the Thought, the beginning and the end. Yep. He had no mother and father, but when he came as Yahushua, he came through what? The most I could have made the Lord just come on the scene as a grown man, 30 years old.
Yep.
But he said, no, I'm not going to do it that way. Galatians 4. Galatians 4:1. Go ahead.
I got etymology for you.
All right, go ahead.
Prodigy, it's like two parts. Prodigy. It says sign, portent, something extraordinary from which omens are drawn. From Latin, prodigium, prophetic sign, omen, portent, prodigy, forth.
Your prodigy also means monster. The word, when you look up the word in the common dictionary, prodigy, well, that's the wrong word.
Yeah, that's the
We're
wrong
talking
word.
about progeny.
Okay.
Prodigy. Prodigy means something else, which is similar. It means a monster. It's like you got to look like Tiger Woods. When he was 3 years old, he was, hitting them whatever the hell you call it, hitting bogeys.
Bogeys, yeah.
And so they were saying this kid is a prodigy, meaning if he does this, how good is he going to be 10 years from now?
Right, yeah.
You know?
I thought it might have because it said it goes to child too, but
right.
Yeah.
It means child.
Okay.
But when you have a child, let's say Floyd Mayweather Sr., right? He trained his son when he can barely walk.
Yeah, kind of.
So that became a prodigy. He said, well, this guy was a great boxer. He trained his son. Oh, and by the way, Floyd, like I told everybody,
Well, you say he's back
he
now.
coming back.
Yeah, he coming
coming
back.
back out. You know why? You know why, right?
That money's
That dude
getting.
ran out of money.
Yeah, more money.
He probably got 20 million to his name.
It's a lot.
And then the monster is a creation.
Right, exactly.
No.
Monster. Yep.
I got a definition for you. Phenom, a person who's outstandingly talented or admired, especially an up-and-comer.
Yep.
Like another word for prodigy.
Hey, like this guy,
Prodigy.
Holyfield's son. I didn't know this, man. Holyfield's got a son that's playing. He's playing for the NFL. He got one son. He got another son that's a boxer. And he's been fighting for a while, but he kept his, But before he got into boxing, he was in the martial arts. And I think he was like a top taekwondo practitioner. But then he switched over to boxing. That's the talent in it, man. That's a monster, right?
Phenom.
Phenom.
Yeah, that word we're talking about is progeny.
Yeah, progeny.
P-R-O-G-E-N-Y.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Progeny. Yeah, progeny.
Progeny.
Do you want Galatians 4, Apostle?
Yeah.
Galatians chapter 4. Want me to start at the top or just
Start
go?
at the top.
Galatians 4:1. Now I say that the heir, as long as he is a child, deferreth nothing from a servant, though he be
Who are the heirs?
Israelites.
Israelites. The first heir is Yahushua, because he had to come down as a man, and he had to come up under the people in Moses' seat.
Yep.
And we are also there. We had to come lowly. That's why people don't respect us, because we don't got a crown and we're not sitting on the throne, you know? But when the time comes, we're going to be on top. Everybody's going to be in order of us.
Con.
And that's why the so-called Jew says that he's a Jew, because he wants to be that. They did the studying and they want to be us. And they can't. You can't be us if you're not us. Okay? You can't make yourself us.
That's a lesson right there. You can't be us if you're not us.
You can't be us. Yep. Go ahead.
Differeth nothing from a servant, though he be Lord of all, but is under tutors and governors unto the time appointed of the
tutors and governors. Our teachers.
Excuse me. Con.
And the scriptures. Noah come in the volume of the book and is spoken of.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
But is under tutors and governors unto the time appointed of the Father.
The time appointed of the Father is what? When the kingdom comes. Go ahead.
Even so we, when we were children, were in bondage under the elements of the world.
And we are in bondage under the elements of the world. We got to do what this man says. Unless we die, you know?
Con. Says, but when the fullness of the time was come, the Most High sent forth his Son, made of a woman.
Made of a woman. What does it mean by made of a woman? That means a man had to put seed in that woman. She had to conceive.
Yep.
And then she bear a child 9-10 months later.
Yep.
And then she had to do what was called a purification in Luke the 2nd chapter. So if an angel the spirit impregnated her, why would she need to be like you said in the video?
Oh,
in the
yeah.
video, man.
Con.
You know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Made of a woman made under the law.
Made under the law. What law? The Christians say, well, he came with his own law. Well, wait a minute. No. The Most High gave the law to Moses, so why would the Lord change it? Oh, give me that in, what is that, Matthew 5:17?
Con.
Somebody got that? So I'll just
This is
Also, give me. I believe it's Matthew's. Is it 16 verse 19?
I'll get that.
About the rich man. Is that 16? Matthew 16 and 19?
I'm not sure.
19 to 16.
I got it.
Go ahead. So who got that? Who got that precept?
I got Matthew 5. Matthew 5 and 17.
Give us the other one.
Matthew.
Yeah, 1916.
Go ahead, read it.
Matthew
I don't know if
19.
you want to go a verse or two above that. Go ahead.
Yeah, Matthew 19, and I'll start at 15. It says, but Yahushua said, suffer little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven. The 15th verse. And he laid his hands on them and departed thence. And behold, one came and said unto him, good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is the Most High. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. He said unto him, which? Yahushua said, thou shalt do no murder, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness. Honor thy father and thy mother, and thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
So what was the Lord quoting?
The law.
What law?
The Mosaic law.
The Mosaic law.
Come.
So he didn't make up his own law. He came under the law that was given to Moses by the Most High. All right. So where these Christians talking about, he came up with his own law. Oh, just love everybody. Just say Jesus loves you. That's the law. Oh, that don't make no sense, man. You know. What's up, brother?
Oh, how you doing, brother?
All right. I see you. I see you. You know. You welcome, brother. You welcome, man.
I'm just observing, big brother.
Okay. You welcome, man. All right. Go ahead.
No, yeah. I just wanted to make a point. And Salakia, when the wicked scribes and Pharisees were coming at Yahushua.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna read the scripture for this brother in behalf of this brother right here. Give me John 10. Go right to the point. Go right to the point.
Con. This is the book
This
of
applies to you, brother, and it's a good thing.
St. John, chapter 10. Well, there's one in verse 27.
No, it's in the beginning. Talking about my sheep hear my voice.
Con.
Okay. 10 and 1.
10 and 3. Right? It says, to him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice.
So
And
you're one of the sheep. You're one of the sheep. And you're hearing, you're not hearing my voice. You're not hearing my voice. You're hearing the Spirit's voice. The Spirit speaking through me. And that's why you stop. You didn't stop for me. You didn't stop for us. You stopped for the Spirit speaking through me, man. Go ahead.
it says, to him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name, and leadeth them out.
Go ahead.
And when he putteth forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice.
Right. Not me. You follow the voice, the Spirit. All right? Let me ask you a question, brother. You ever heard the mark of the beast? The mark of the beast. The mark of the beast.
Yes, I've heard that.
What do you have to say about that? What do you know about it?
Mark of the beast, but that's like a negative. That's a negative pretense.
But there's a physical thing that's going to happen. You ever hear of the microchip?
Yes.
You ever about dogs getting microchipping cats? That's the mark of the beast. That's the mark of the beast. It's a physical thing. It goes deeper than the spiritual thing. So when the scriptures say don't take the mark of the beast, that's what it's talking about. So if you don't learn anything else in life, when they go to present that chip to you, don't take it. Don't take it. Remember me, don't take it. I'm not going to take it. These brothers not going to take it.
Nope.
If they say we're going to chop your head off, we're going to execute you. Because Esau has a guillotine, right? And he said he's going to guillotine people's heads if they don't take the chip. Guess what? Chop my damn head off. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to be good with the Most High in heaven. And we're going to rule the next kingdom. The next world is going to be our world. That's right. You're going to have a crown on your head. I'm going to have a crown on my head. You're going to have a scepter in your hand. I'm going to have a scepter. You're going to have a throne. I'm going to have a throne. You want 1,000 women? You can have 1,000 women. Yeah, you might want 10,000. You can have 10,000. We're the people that the white man wants to be.
Yeah, the real
We're the Israelites.
That's right.
The sons of God. All right?
Got a quick precept for you. Isaiah 30 and 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers...
Hey, if the po decide to stop, pull you to the side and frisk you, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Because they can trump up charges on you. Oh, he did this, he did that, he ran and shot him in the back. You got to comply. Yeah. Why? Because we're under them. There's going to be a time where the roles are going to be reversed.
That's right.
And it's coming very soon, man. Go ahead, Ak.
And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers.
So we're just teachers, man. And then who knows, you may be a teacher. You might be doing it a different way. We listen to men that a lot of the men that we listen to, a lot of them died and went on in the spiritual world. I've been in this thing since I was a kid, when I was in my 20s. And I haven't stopped in over 30 years, 35 years. That's the spiritual thing. So the spirit's on you now. Whether you might walk down the street and never think about us again. But guess what? When they go to say we're going to start chipping you, you're going to remember that, brother.
Yep.
And if they chop your head off, brother, let your head be chopped off. Because you're going right into the spiritual realm anyway.
Yep.
You know?
Coming back. But
the hard part is going to be convincing your woman.
Oh, yeah.
Because the woman ain't, I don't want to get my head chopped off.
Yeah.
You know, you might have to kick her ass so she don't take the chip.
That's right.
You know?
Hey, peace,
all right, brother. All right.
All
Nice
right,
talking
brother.
to you, man. Lord be with you. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua HaMashiach, and for the word of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image.
You got a lot of camps out there that they'll talk about the mark of the beast. It means this, it means that, it means the other. A lot of them don't even know what the beast is. You corner them on the word beast. What is the beast?
Does Tazariak know? He doesn't know, right?
He don't know about the mark. He don't know about the mark. And if I ever ran into him, I said, look, brother.
Great Tazariak don't know.
The mark of the beast is a chip. Okay?
That's why we tell you guys we got 100% truth, man.
Yeah, hey, brother, we ain't knocking them brothers. They pushing that to Israel. That's a good thing, man.
Yeah.
And the Most High gonna bless them for it. But guess what? You want to get 100% truth?
You got to come
You
here.
got to come here.
And like that song by Wilson Pickett, 99 and a half won't do. Got to have 100. 99 and a half just won't do. Hey, you got to have 100%, man.
Noisy ass fucking kingdom.
And neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach Yahushai 1,000 years.
And that 1,000 years is going to come when this man is taken down. Our kingdom is our kingdom. The only way our kingdom is going to come is when this man's kingdom is taken down. I was watching the video, and I did a video on it of Zariak and Captain Zariak and Captain Katazak, and they had a brother call in, an individual called in, and his voice sounds familiar. I think I know who it is, but he was going all into this Christian apologist stuff, and he basically said that there's no scripture other than Isaiah where it says that Gentiles are going to go and become slaves under us. And when I watched that, I said, man, I ain't got to watch no more. It was last night. And then the next morning, this morning, or early morning, or late morning, I did a video on it, and I didn't put no, you know how you put scriptures together, you put a list. I said, I ain't even going to put no scriptures together. Whatever comes to my mind, and I threw out a couple of scriptures.
Yep.
So, in a nutshell, what scriptures come to your mind? Proving that, because he said, oh, there's no scriptures proving that Israelites are going to put other nations into slavery. New Testament, Old Testament, Apocrypha. Go ahead.
Psalms 2.
Psalms 2 is excellent. That's one of the ones that I didn't hit, but it was in my mind.
Revelation 2.
So let's get that one. Give me Psalms. Give me Psalms. Go right to the point. Actually, go. You can read it from the top. Let's read the whole, because it's a short. Psalms 2. Go ahead, read. Let's kind of read it quick. Go ahead.
Psalms 2 and 1. And it says, why do the heathen rage? And
who's the heathens? The heathens are other nations. Go ahead.
And the people imagine a vain thing. Verse 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointing, saying,
again, hold up. So we know it's talking about kings of the other nations, right?
Come.
Against the Lord, and again, he's not just, the nations are not just against us. They're against us because we're children of the Most High.
Come.
Most High said that we are the apple of his eye. All right? Read again, please.
Psalms 2 and 2. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed.
Somebody give me Psalms 83. Start from the top.
I got a quick precept for you.
Now, when you read Psalms 83, you keep reading. Do you know as you read down, we stop at a certain point, they're speaking about they're going to get hit with them missiles. That nuclear fire is going to get their ass. Go ahead, Doc.
I got a quick precept to back you up. John 7 and 7. The world cannot hate you, but me it hateth, because I testify of it that the works thereof are evil.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
To back up what you just said.
This is Psalm chapter 83, verse 1. It says, Keep not thou silent, O Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
That's what we're saying now. This is why we out here on the highways and the byways, so the Most High can hurry up and come back. Well, the Most High going to come in his time. We're just doing what he said to do. Through the foolishness of preaching. Go ahead.
For, lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Why is vocab and Christians so on fire about saying that we're not the Jew, we're not the people? Because they were hired to do that, man.
Yeah.
Hey, vocab ain't stupid. Okay, I met the man. He ain't stupid. He ain't stupid, all right? So he knows that we're teaching the truth, but there's a deal going on where maybe he's gonna get a sum of money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna stop this. The more you come against us, the more you come against us, the stronger we become, man.
That's right.
You know?
Quick precept for you.
Go ahead.
Ezra 4:3. But Zerubbabel and Joshua and the
Man,
rest.
it's just like a boxer. You a championship boxer, right? And you got guys sneaking, got spies coming to your gym. Why are you doing that? Because they scared of you. They said that this guy something. I want to see what his secrets are.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing, man. Go ahead.
Ezra 4:3. But Zerubbabel and
See,
Joshua.
like me myself, the video I did about with Captain Zarek and the guy calling in about the nation going to slavery.
Yeah.
The reason why I did that is because they were so hell bound into saying that we're wrong, and we're right. We're 100% right. Go ahead.
Ezra 4:3. But Zerubbabel and Joshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel saith unto them, Ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our power, but we ourselves together will build unto the Lord of power of Israel, as King Cyrus the king of Persia have commanded us. Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building.
And that's what they're doing now. That's what these Christians are doing. They're trying to trouble us in building. You know?
Spiritual.
Hey, they're knocking off. Hey, man, they took my page down, but they're going to put it back up, but they're going to wind up taking it down.
Yep.
They got me on a strike for a video that I did like 4 months ago, which they gave me a strike, but then they said, well, we strike because of this. I said, wait a minute. You'd already struck me for that video, man. They did this the second time they did this to me, man. They'll go to the old video that they struck. That's a strike because of this video. It's hate speech, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. You can't put up any videos for 2 months. In this case, it's going to be until February, right? I got other pages. That's all right. But they're going to take them down, too. So I'm like, you can appeal this. I said, wait a minute. I said, you already gave me a strike for the same fucking video, motherfucker. You know? I mean, I ain't saying all that, but that was the thought behind it.
That was the sentiment.
That was the sentiment.
Meanwhile, they got that video, Mammy Two Shoes, which is making fun of.
You know what? They're against us because we got the truth.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Wherever we at.
Ezra 4:5. And hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus, king of Persia, even unto the reign of Darius, king of Persia.
Got a precept?
Go ahead.
This is 1 Ezra 5:70. Then Zerubbabel and Jesus and the chief of the families of Israel said unto them.
Where you reading from?
1 Ezra 5:70.
Go ahead.
It is not for us and you to build together an house unto the Lord our power. We ourselves alone will build unto the Lord of Israel, according as Cyrus the king of the Persians had commanded us.
That's it.
But the heathen of the land lying heavy upon
the red Bible, what you just read should take you to that scripture. It should take you to that scripture. All right, go ahead, read on.
And it says, but the heathen of the land lying heavy upon the inhabitants of Judea and holding them straight hindered their building. And by their secret plots and popular persuasions and commotions, they hindered the finishing of the building all the time that the King Cyrus lived.
Yep.
So they were hindered from building for the space of 2 years unto the reign of Darius.
That's what 1 Ezra?
1 Ezra 5.
Yeah.
1 Ezra 5, right?
And 70 to 72.
The red Bible is not going to take you to the Apocrypha.
No.
Right.
But that's the same account.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Same account.
Yeah, that was them nations. They were writing letters to the kings.
They were trying to figure out a way to stop us from building the temple.
Like they're trying to do
it
now.
Right now. They're building the temple. And the temple is what?
Us
The house of
Israelites.
David. You know, the tabernacle of David. All right?
Yashala, baby.
Oh, each brother that come into knowledge, he's part of the temple.
It's a brick.
Yeah, lively
It's a
stones.
stone.
Stop. Woo! Hey, stones, you could build on stones.
What? That's what you want to build on stone.
When you take a stone, you build a foundation. The foundation is what? Us. We're the foundation. And the bricks are going to be built on top of it. What a foundation, man.
And the word is the mortar.
Go ahead, Doc. Whoever got the precept.
Yeah, this is, real quick. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 1 and 2. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel
You know
stood.
what? We're gonna read that. We're gonna read into that, man, because that's one of my favorite scriptures, man. Go ahead.
It says, and the angel stood, saying, Rise and measure the temple of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and the altar, and them that worship thee therein. But the court which is without the temple, leave out, and measure it not.
Measure it not.
For it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city.
Well, that's the outer temple, the outer court. Now, back in Israel, you did it. You had Gentiles that can come into the temple, but they can come into the outer court. Israel could come into the inner court, and then you had the high priest that went into the holy of holies, which that was broken with Yahushua, and we all gonna become priests, so we all can go to the Father. Go ahead.
It says, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months. And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before Yahweh.
Right, 2 olive trees. Hold up. You had a wild olive tree, right? Which was Israel. Then you had the natural branches, which was Judah.
Yeah, that's it.
Because we became unnatural when we went and followed these other laws. So those 2 olives, it goes deeper than that, but we're going to break it down that way. Go ahead. Judah and Israel.
God.
For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel. Go ahead.
These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai of the earth. It's like the power of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not.
So we can't, you know, the Apostle Paul said in Romans 13, and read that from the first 2 verses.
Which one?
Romans 13, 1 and 2.
I got it.
Now when they push that chip, and they building up this guy Kanye, man, they had him on
Joe Osteen.
Joe Osteen and Joe Osteen's church. You can fit what, I don't know, 20,000 people. I don't know how. That's a
Mega church. Mega church.
That's a big mega church.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Romans 13 and 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High. The powers that be are ordained of the Most High.
Who are the powers that be?
So-called white men.
Esau is the power. The Most High set him up, man. Who set up the Egyptians? The Most High set him up. Go ahead.
Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High.
Now you're going to have a lot of pastors and ministers that got paid off to push that chip. And they're going to have those pastors and ministers say, if you don't take the chip, that means you are disobeying the Most High, because the Most High set up this man. So they're going to take it. They're going to listen to their pastors, and they're going to be destroyed. So what does that? Read that again. Read that again.
Romans 13 and 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power.
Now what does the word resist mean?
Fight against.
Huh?
To fight against.
Right. To gather up an army to come against the government, because the Most High set up that government. All right. Only He will let until He be taken out of the way.
Come.
He will let him be in rulership until the Most High take him out of the way. All right. So people are they're going to take that chip based upon that scripture, because it says, well, you're resisting the government. The government gave you a law, you got to follow that law. Oh, now if the law is against the Most High.
Which it is.
I think that's it. That's it. Where we at?
Go back to Psalm 2.
Let's go back to Psalm 2. We're all over the place, but that's all right.
Back in Psalms 2.
If this is too fast for you, go to the basics. Go to the basic classes.
Okay.
You said
Get in the back with the rest of the ranks. Inside joke. That was a hard. Look, Troop, you can get in the back with the rest of the ranks. Go ahead.
Apostle, you said you said the law is if they take the chip, they're going against the Most High's law.
They're going against the Most High.
Yeah, I got the scripture for you.
Go ahead.
Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the heavenly Father, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb.
Why is he going to be set on fire in the presence of the holy angels? Because the holy angels are going to be hovering over the sky. All right? You can also go to Revelation 15 and 2.
Okay, I'll go to
And I
that.
believe Revelation 16 and 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Revelation, you want me to start at 1?
Go ahead, 1.
Revelation 15:1. And I saw another sign in the heaven, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. For in them is filled up the wrath of the heavenly Father. And I saw as it were a sea of glass mingled with fire, and them that had gotten the victory over the beast, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of the heavenly Father. And they sing the song of Moses, the servant of the heavenly Father, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, Lord power almighty, just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints.
So when we get delivered, we're going to praise the Lord in song.
Come.
Give me that in Exodus, what is that? Exodus 15?
This is Exodus.
Oh, okay.
Exodus 15.
This is Exodus
Go ahead.
15:1, Salakia.
Go ahead.
Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this
Because
saying.
they sung songs when they got delivered from Egypt. Go ahead.
Then sang Moses and the children of Israel this song unto the Lord Yahweh, and spake, saying, I will sing unto the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously.
And so we're going to do that again.
Woo.
It says we're going to be up in the heavens, and harps are going to be playing.
Yeah.
So we're going to be praising the Most High.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea.
Literally. Damn. Now the modern day horse and the rider is what? Esau's power.
Esau's
his
power
planes, his military. Go ahead.
The sea of fire.
Well, the sea is going to be up out of space.
Yeah, cut.
That's
Oh,
not
that
going
down,
heaven.
yeah.
All right. It says there's not going to be no place, no more found in heaven.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be disintegrated.
He said his sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Bathed in heaven. Yep.
Come on, it shall come down upon Idumea,
Idumea.
Woo!
And upon
the people of my curse. Yep.
Damn, man.
To judgment.
And that's why Esau is judged. That's why these
We can
Levites,
see it,
if you
too.
notice, man, that's why they'll see a camp and they'll know that camp is right there. Let me go and confront them. I got all my scriptures together.
Yeah.
I'm going to set them straight. And then what happens, they get cut the hell up, man. And then most of the time, you see brothers smiling in the back when they're hitting them with them scriptures. You know?
Sinking that
that's-
spiritual dagger in them.
Oh, yeah.
That's that
And it
unspeakable
hurts,
joy.
man. It hurts.
That's that unspeakable joy.
Yep. Unspeakable joy.
I got
Pedro,
precept.
they're hitting him with the Pedro
Go ahead.
Navaja.
Talking about when Yahweh shall come back, destroy without hand.
Good. Go ahead.
Daniels.
Go ahead.
That's Daniel chapter 8, verse, I'll start from 24. Not mine. It says, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and he shall prosper and practice.
Who's that talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Who's that about? Show of hands. Who's that talking about? Come on now, you looking? Who's he talking?
Yeah, what's that? Who,
No, but who's? No, read again. Huh?
Well, Esau, because he's fighting against
Well,
him.
which Esau?
Which Esau? Which E?
Esau? You said Esau. Well, that's the easy way out.
Which-
Talk about Esau.
yeah.
Wicked.
Which-
Wicked. Which Esau?
Which
brother?
E?
Uh-oh. We're going to have a test on that
Is it,
chapter right tonight.
Antiochus or-
You just gave me a topic, brother.
Oh, okay.
Come on, say it like you mean it. Antiochus. Thank you. That's what he's talking about. You should have said that quick.
That was many Antiochus.
Go
So
ahead.
you gotta.
Yeah, there's more than one
Yeah, that's
Antiochus.
true.
Go ahead.
Okay. It says, and his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people.
Turn the Israelites. Go ahead.
And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many.
Go ahead.
He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand.
So what does it mean he shall be broken without hand?
Come back with the holy chariots and using the...
No. It's talking about the same man. It's talking about
yeah.
How is he destroyed? How is he destroyed without hand?
Con.
What does it mean he was destroyed without hand?
Con.
In other words, if I go up the soccer line, I go, and I keep choking him until he drops dead, I destroyed him with my hand, right? Or if I pull out a gun and shoot him, right?
Yeah.
He said he shall be destroyed without hand. What is that talking about? And now you hit that with on a Christian, man. They don't know who Anthony is. You know, no problem.
Yeah.
Let's go to Daniel 8.
Who's that?
Most Israelite camps couldn't break down Daniel 8 if their life depended upon it, man. So what does it mean as to destroying without hand?
The disease he had?
Yeah.
Thank you, brother.
That's it.
Thank you. That's all
That's
I
right.
wanted to hear.
The Lord hit him with that. Pow.
Hit him with the ooh-wee.
Oh yeah. Hit him deep.
Deep.
Yeah, the Lord said, I wound and I heal.
Ooh, stop it, apostle.
That's what he says. That's what he said.
And that also happened to Herod. Do we know what that is?
Con,
Acts?
is that Acts 21?
Is it Acts?
Oh no, it might be before that.
It's Acts. It might be Acts
12. Yeah, Con.
Go to it.
It was right after James. Yep. I got the wrong combination. Let's see.
But you're going to the right destination.
Con.
And then I could have on the comment board, the apostles got bars.
See, this is how you gotta,
You gotta flow.
All right, I got it.
Go ahead.
Acts 12:21.
There you
Apostles
go.
got bars.
It says, and upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel.
By the way, what was his nationality? Edomite. Go ahead.
It said, upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them. And the people...
So in other words, made an oration. What is that? Let's translate that into...
talking or speech.
What vernacular? He was talking shit.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Read it again.
Con. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto
He
them.
was talking shit.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And the people gave a shout, saying, it is the voice of a God.
And what were they doing? They were kissing his ass.
Yep.
Kissing his ass.
Go ahead.
It is the voice of a God and not of a man.
And these were Israelites. Go ahead.
And immediately, the angel of the Lord smote him, because he gave not the Most High the glory, and he was eaten of worms and gave up the
Well,
spirit.
that's the same. Now that could be angels coming back again.
Con.
I mean, there's no proof of that.
Could be.
But the Most High smit him with a disease. Man.
Yeah. Same thing as yours.
They were both Edomites.
Yep, they were both Edomites.
I got a quick precept. 1 Samuel 2:3. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth.
And that's Esau. Esau's full of arrogance, man. Go ahead.
For the Lord is a power of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. That's it.
So where was we at? We were reading one chapter. Where was we at? Psalms 2. Let's go back to Psalms 2.
Back in Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine?
Hey, you got to do your business, man. Right on. You can do it right over here, man. You do your business right over here.
There's a wall. I was gonna piss him.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, why do the heathen rage?
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Go ahead.
Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh Shem Yahushai and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us.
And that's what they did. They scattered us, man. That's why when we say we're Israelites, they laugh. The scholars, they get together with vocab. Dr. Michael Haisner, that's what they think. That's what they teach. Look, we are them people, man. Because if you didn't believe that we were the people, you would leave us alone. Hey, shalom, Mark. All right? Go ahead.
It says, verse 4. It says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, and vex them in a sore displeasure, his sore displeasure.
Because he's going to be mad at him. It says he's going to scream, he's going to wail like a travailing woman.
Yeah.
He's going to,
Yeah.
He's going to send them lightning bolts down, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like when a
He
woman
is going to be angry.
like when
When he finally says, I'm going to get this devil right now, when he says he's going to get this devil, he's going to get this devil, man.
Quick precept for you, Apostle. Psalms 2 and 12. Well, let me start at 11. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and he perish from the way. When his wrath is kindled but a little, blessed are all they that put their trust in him.
I got a
That's
quick
it.
one.
And that's it. We didn't have chapter anyway. We was going to read it anyway, but that's good.
I'm sorry.
I got a quick one. This Isaiah chapter 42 verse 13. The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man.
Where you reading from?
Isaiah 42:13.
Good. Go ahead.
The Lord shall go forth as a mighty man. He shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. He shall prevail against his enemies. I have long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once.
That's what we're going to do to Esau, man. And Esau knows it. Go ahead.
Quick precept, Isaiah 66 and 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many.
That's it. That's it.
Precept.
Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 25, verse 33. It says, and the slain of the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground.
Yeah, because that death is going to come so swift. There's going to be a lot of us dead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got a quick one. It's Isaiah chapter 19, verse 16. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and they shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which he shaketh over it.
Straight into the point.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
Revelation 18 and 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city. For in
now you
what
got the majority of the Christians, 99% of the Christians out there, you ask them Babylon the Great and Great City Babylon in Revelation, whether that's America, they're going to say no. But there's a handful of a small percentage of them that will say it, that Babylon is America.
Yep.
Babylon the Great, that great city before that Babylon is America, like Stan Johnson, and there's a couple others. But they really don't push them guys out there, man. Most of them churches, they're just about teaching the scriptures the wrong way. Oh, the Lord came for everybody. Everybody can be saved.
Yeah, for money. For money.
For money, yep.
Yeah. Revelation 18 and 10. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
And that's talking about America, and we can see that crystal clear.
Crystal clear.
See, Esau can't see it, but in the back of their mind, they're always saying, well, what if that's the case? That's why they keep coming after us. They keep pursuing us. All right?
That's it. Whoever got a precept.
This is Isaiah 13 and 19. And Babylon.
You know what? Start at the top. I'm sorry. Another one of my favorite breakdown scriptures. Let's start at the top.
This is Isaiah the 13th.
And let's read through that fast. We already know it. Let's read through it fast.
This is Isaiah the 13th chapter. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. Lift ye up a banner.
Now you have the ancient Babylon. You have the ancient Babylon. Where is Babylon located geographically? Anybody?
Iraq.
Thank you, brother. That's all I need. Iraq. Simple answer. Go ahead.
Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain.
What's the banner?
This word is
The word. Yep. This is what we go by. Anytime we speak, we got a scripture to back it up, man. Let them speak according to the oracles of the Most High. Right? eat this roll and go out and teach the children of Israel, right? So the roll is the scriptures. All right? Go ahead.
Exalt the voice unto them. Shake.
And how we exalt the voice? Through the web, which now they're cutting down. They're cutting it down, man.
Yeah.
What are we saying now that we said different 10 years ago? 8 years ago. They just getting the order that we got to stop this, man. This truth. There's too many people waking up. And then to confirm it, Vocab did a video saying 1 million Israelites are woken up in America. Then when you listen to that video, because sometimes I listen to his videos to see where his head is at, he said in the video that there's a good 1 to 2 million Jakes that identify with being the Israelites, and there's like another 8 million that have some sort of connection with it. Most people know about Israel, man. If I go down to Manhattan, I'm on the train, you know how many times you the YouTube guy, you the Hebrew Israelite guy. Shalom to hard man, and you get who the hell is that?
Yeah, come.
So that fame is there, man.
Yeah, but that's what the Lord said.
People watch YouTube more than they watch TV.
Quick
I
precept.
don't even got the TV. I got cable. I got the shit off, and I'm watching YouTube on the screen because I cast it with the Chromecast.
Quick precept for you, Apostle. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1-2. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for.
That's it.
So that backed you up when you said they get afraid. The second verse, the beginning says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
Terrible.
That's why they're trying to get us off YouTube, man.
God.
Because they're afraid, man.
God. Oh, now the latest, the newest the brother Sayonara down in D.C. We know brothers call him. Well, I ain't gonna say on the camera what they call him, but you know who he is, Apostle. If you see his face, they struck his page, right? He can't upload for 24 hours because he uploaded too many videos in one day.
Oh, okay.
So it's like now it's like they on. I mean, they just getting petty with the shit. You know.
And lately we've been doing a video. Then later, a couple hours later, if you home, we're gonna do video 2 or 3 or 4. And so basically, you put up too many videos. Yep.
Yep. I got a quick precept, Pastor.
Go ahead.
Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 19. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them praise and fame in every land where they were put to shame.
Yeah, we were put to shame all over the planet. We're going to get praise and fame. We're going to be raised up, man.
Ooh, man, this is heavy. It says, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh.
And the fame is already here. They hear it. They're hearing what we're saying, man.
Con.
We're all over the place. This is why Claudius banned the Israelites out of Rome, because they were on the corners raising hell, man.
But if we're not really a threat, like they say we're not the Israelites, if we're not a threat, then why are they so worried?
Because they know that we got the truth. They know that we're the Israelites.
Yep.
They're trying to stop it. You're not fighting against us. You're fighting against the Most High. All right?
I have precept.
What I said.
Go ahead.
Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Oh, yeah.
Which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people.
What place is that?
America, yep.
Let's go down the line. Did that take place in Rome? No.
Nope.
The Romans said, yeah, you can be Israelites as long as you pay us tribute.
Yep.
The Greeks, Alexander, promised the Israelites, look, you can keep the land, you can keep your laws, you can keep this, you can keep that, you can keep the other. And he also gave them gifts. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
This prophecy has been fulfilled this day and the day before and the year before and 10 years before and 20 years before.
Yep.
going back to the time of Abba.
Con.
In the place where it said, ye are not my people, there it should be said that unto them that ye are the sons of the living power.
That never happened in any other captivity.
Never happened in any other captivity. We always knew that we were Israelites.
Con.
Among the ancient Egyptians, the Mizraim, we knew that we were Israelites.
Yep.
The more any captivity we were in, we knew that we were Israel. This is the only captivity we didn't know that we were the Israelites.
Yeah.
You know?
Even in
In the land of their
so like
Apocrypha, in Baruch, in the land of their captivity, they shall what?
remember themselves. Con.
If you remember something, that means you forgot it, right?
Yep.
You lost your keys, you forgot where you put it, and you keep, and you trace,
Con.
and then you, oh, now I remember.
Right.
So it comes back.
Back to
You know?
memory. Yeah.
Yep.
Quick precept. Quick precept.
That's the only time. There's no other time. Vocab. So we got to be the people.
Gots to.
Go ahead.
Quick precept. Numbers 23 and 9. For from the top of the rocks I see him, and from the hills I behold him. Lo, the people shall dwell alone, and shall not be reckoned among the nations.
Not be recognized among the nations. We're telling them we're the Israelites,
Oh.
and they're laughing at it. You guys are the Israelites?
Right.
Oh, really? That's preposterous. You know, that's an Edomite word.
Quick precept again
Go
for you.
ahead.
Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 5. How is he numbered among the children of the Heavenly Father? And his lot is among the saints.
Because we are the saints. We are the holy.
Back.
We are the holy.
Con.
Go
A
ahead.
little bit more in Hosea 1 and 11. Were you finished?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done.
it says, then shall the children of Judah and the children of Israel be gathered together, and appoint themselves one head, and they shall come up out of the land, for great shall be the day of Jezreel.
And who's that one head?
King
King
David.
David.
King David. Yep.
Jezreel.
David's going to be risen back up. Go ahead,
I
Al.
got a precept.
Jezreel. Yazariah
This is
Allah.
Go ahead.
1 Kings chapter 9. The points in 8. We'll start from 6.
Go ahead.
It says, but if ye shall at all turn from following me, ye or your children, and will not keep my commandments and my statutes which I set before you, but go in to serve other gods and worship them, then will I cut off all Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house
Nuclear.
which I have hallowed
Nuclear
for my
right there.
name will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people.
We are proverb and a byword because we broke the Lord's statutes and commandments.
I got a quick one.
Oh,
And they always go, vocab always say, well, Deuteronomy 28:68 is not talking about us. But what about the rest of the chapter? Let's say that's not talking about us. What about the rest of the chapter? That describes us to a T, man. We're the ones under these curses. And are we in the kingdom of heaven, vocab? Huh? No, we're not in the kingdom of heaven because who's ruling? Either we're in the kingdom of heaven right now, which we know we're not,
Right.
or the wicked bearing rule. Who are the wicked?
Yep.
The so-called white men, the same people that were Romans. Same people, man.
They're ruling.
In the Malachi 1, they're Esau. Bingo. Hot dog. Go ahead.
Who's ruling?
I got a
Who's
quick
ruling?
precept
Who's
for you.
ruling? Are we when the righteous bear authority, when the wicked
Bears
when the
rule.
wicked bear rule, the people mourn. But when the righteous bear
Iron authority.
are in authority, the people rejoice.
Right.
So who's in authority? Who's in the power seat?
Right.
The wicked or the righteous?
Right.
Wicked.
Is there rejoicing or is there mourning?
There's mourning.
Yes.
It's got
The only ones is rejoicing is the
I just got
wicked.
one more verse.
Oh, you
The
got
elite. Go ahead, Al.
okay.
Go ahead.
And it said, last verse, shall be a proverb and a byword among all people, and at this house which is high, everyone that passes by, it shall be astonished and shall hiss, and they shall say, why hath the Lord done thus unto this land and to this house?
Where you reading from?
1 Kings 9th chapter.
Yeah.
I was 9 and 8.
And that goes with Lamentations, the second chapter. Con.
Go ahead and bring it out. And then give me, this is for Esau. Give me Lamentation 4 and 21.
This is Lamentation chapter 4, verse 21. It says, rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwelleth in the land that dwelleth in the land of Uz, excuse me, the cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He no more carried. He no more.
He will no more.
He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Now that right there proves that Esau is in power. Read that again.
This is Lamentation chapter 4, verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz.
We're talking about the Edomites. Go ahead.
The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Okay. The daughters of Zion, are they in captivity to this day?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so if we're not in a rulership position, who's over us? The Edomites.
The Edomites, yeah.
Because the Most High said after this captivity, under this man, whether you want to call him the white man or the Caucasian man,
Right.
you know, or Edomite, whatever you want to call him, it says this is our last captivity.
Con.
Unless there's some wicked group in the mountains somewhere waiting to take over and the east will go down. No, we're going to take over.
Con.
All right? So that proves right there that who's in power.
Yeah.
Esau. Go ahead.
Yeah, the scriptures say that when the children of Israel are back in authority, back in their land, all nations will flock to them to learn of their ways and of their customs.
Get Isaiah 2 and 2.
Con.
Isaiah 2 and 2.
And that's not
Ain't
happening.
nobody flocking to Israel to learn those laws among themselves.
Nope.
Go ahead, Al.
Isaiah 2 and 2.
And they didn't do that to Ben and Barak and them. They
No.
weren't teaching the Lord. They told them, look, take them garments off.
Yeah, they dissed them.
And then they made them put a beanie cap on their head.
Yeah,
And
Ben
what
did
does it
it
say
too.
in their pocket? And they made them wear a hat.
Oh, yeah. Ben did it too, man.
And the motherfucker put the hat on, man.
Yeah.
And that's why we crushed the motherfuckers out. Put a goddamn hat on your head.
And one of them didn't
Why would you go to
blow,
fucking Israel
blow off
in the
his
first
head.
Yeah,
place,
yeah, exactly.
Go around the Wailing Wall. Then when you go to the Wailing Wall, they're telling you what you can do. You got to drink. There's some water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had the so-called Jews dancing and shit. Dancing around. Come on.
Na na nagila hava.
Hava, Nakila, Hava.
Uh-oh, they go terminate the channel.
Yeah, the channel's gonna be done, finished.
You can't speak about the so-called Jews.
That's it, man.
That's
Well,
one thing we can't
that's loaded, man.
Yeah,
Con.
They're going to cut this one.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's it. Terminated.
Finito.
Terminated.
Se acabó. Se
Go ahead,
acabó.
go ahead.
Isaiah 2 and 2.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
And it shall come to pass in the last days.
Don't be surprised if they cut this.
Oh,
cut
yeah,
the
yeah,
channel,
yeah.
Yeah.
Now y'all know.
Because of what I did.
Yeah.
This is the Info Doc 12 too.
Making fun of the so-called Jews.
Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 2, verse 2. And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the
Where you
Lord's
reading from?
house.
Where you reading from?
Isaiah 2 and 2.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountain.
That's going to be the top nation. Now, the land of Israel today, as of 1948 and up until now, if that was the top nation, the nation on the mountaintop, why is the U.S. sending them billions of dollars?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Year after year. Because they're not the top nation. Go ahead.
And it says, and shall be exalted above the hills.
Oh, and by the way, where's King David?
Yeah.
In 1948, 58, 68, 78, 88, 98, 2008, 2018, we're talking about 70 plus years. Where's King David? They got the King David Hotel, but where the hell is King David?
Yeah, it ain't talking about David Ben-Gurion either. He was the first prime minister back in 1948 when they announced the state. The first prime minister was David Ben-Gurion. That ain't the David the Lord talking about. Damn devils.
Go ahead, keep going.
Oh, where's the streets of gold?
Where's the kingdom?
It's supposed to have streets of gold, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, why aren't the laws being established? Nobody's keeping the Sabbath.
Yeah.
Nobody's keeping the high holy days. people are celebrating Christmas
Con.
and New Year's and
Yeah.
Easter and this day and that day.
Yeah.
Feast of
It's
Tabernacles.
said in Zechariah 14.
Yeah.
If they don't follow the Lord's statutes and commandments and keep the tabernacle, there will be no rain.
No
for
rain.
them,
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
What-
then the whole world is supposed to be slaves under the so-called Jews.
Yeah.
Yep.
How about
Bring in
the
their riches.
How about the city with the 12 foundations? Jerusalem on sitting on 12 foundations.
Where's the apostles at?
Yeah,
Huh?
the names
Don't
of
you
the
gotta have
apostles.
apostles, and they ain't gonna die. And so we're not
Right.
gonna die.
Yeah.
So the apostles are just sitting there chilling. They're in
Yeah.
Israel somewhere on thrones, just chilling. Where they at?
Right.
Huh?
Yeah, the gates
Hey.
of pearl.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
on the west side 4 gates.
Con.
I mean, I'm sorry, 3 gates. On the north side 3
On the
gates.
east side, yep.
East side 3
Yep.
gates.
Hey,
the
the-
different precious stones.
Precious stones.
Hey, the scriptures say that in the kingdom you're gonna have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Where the hell is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? You guys been in power for 70 plus years. Where the hell is Abraham, Isaac,
Yeah.
and Jacob?
Where them streets of gold?
Where them streets of gold at, man?
All the gold the Rothschilds got, their
Why is
house.
there wars going on around the
Exactly.
world,
That's
man?
the yeah.
Man.
The nation shall learn
Learn
war,
war,
no
yeah.
war.
I mean,
get around it,
there's a
man.
lot of explaining you got to do, man.
There's a lot of explaining to do.
There's
all the tribes?
a lot of what's that called?
And
A
you
lot
know,
of
vocab never questions
what's that called? A lot
He
of,
always questioned us,
discrepancies.
you know?
There's a lot of discrepancies in their doctrine.
Go ahead.
Back in Isaiah 2:2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it.
Ain't no all nation flowing unto it, man. Go ahead.
Verse 3, and many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh Shai, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
Ain't nobody learning the ways. First of all, wait a minute. Out there in Israel, in Pink City, Tel Aviv, they got a gay parade. They eat kosher pork. Come on, man. So the Most High, in the kingdom, here we are in the kingdom of heaven, and in the kingdom of heaven, you can be a homosexual.
Homosexual.
Go ahead.
Transvestite.
Madness.
And it says, and we will
You're a
walk in
transvestite. You can change your plumbing.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the Lord.
Are they walking in this path in the gay parade?
No.
They're walking with the floats. They're floating right along with the floats. Are they walking in the path of the Most High's laws?
Nope.
No.
They're
They
Morocco
ain't,
puffing.
they ain't even walking, they sashaying.
Right, right.
Morocco puffing.
Go ahead.
And it says, and we will walk in his paths, for out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh Shai from Jerusalem.
The
And
word
he
ain't
shall,
coming.
it's like,
Hold
Nah.
up. Wait a minute. It said the Most High was one among men. Where's
Yeah.
the Most High at? Go ahead.
Con.
verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people.
They ain't having no tribe room over there in Israel. And they bringing over people. The world court is not over there in Israel. The UN is not, as Yeshua would say, the UN is not over there in Israel. So come on, man. Come on, dog.
Come on, dog.
Come on, man.
Come on, son.
You're being exposed. Hey,
That's
just
it. We don't got to read no more. Let's go back to Isaiah 13.
if I may humbly say, the Apostle Paul said, you're going to be revealed. Said that man of sin be revealed. So they're the people of sin. They're being revealed. They're being exposed.
By process of elimination, you fail.
By a process of elimination, you are the devil, and by a process of elimination, we are the Israelites.
Con.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 13:3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have
Angels, go ahead.
I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness.
Angels, go ahead.
The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle.
Con.
Put
They-
the armies together.
They come from a far country,
Those are the mysteries.
Yeah.
from the end of heaven. Even the Lord Yahweh and the weapons of his indignation.
Because he's going to be in the presence of those missiles. That's Ezekiel, I believe it's
38. Con. Yep.
The end of heaven over there in Russia, you shoot the missiles from Russia to America.
Yeah.
From Russia with love.
Yeah. Hey, and the
Go ahead.
Most High said he's a consuming fire.
Yep. Go ahead.
To destroy the whole land.
Destroy the whole land. Yep.
How ye? For the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt.
Because when those missiles were shot off, any Esau, any Edomite,
that's right.
that's in power, they're gonna have there's nothing that they can do. When the missiles are in flight, once the missiles leave them silos, you can't bring them back.
It's a wrap.
That's in the Apocrypha. That's in
Yeah.
you got it. Second Ezra
Right, who may
16.
stop?
Go to that right
Yeah,
quick.
16.
Go to that right quick.
Second Ezra 16 and
Start at the top.
okay. And 1. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. God, gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is set upon you, and who may turn it back?
Yeah,
Back
you
up
can't
what you
turn
just
it back.
said.
You can't turn it back. But once it comes out the silo,
That's it.
there's no technology that can turn that can. There's no reverse gear. It's gonna go straight.
You like that song in the 70s? It's too late to turn back now.
That's it.
Too late.
I believe America will be destroyed.
That's it. Go ahead.
Second Ezra 16 and 4. A fire is set among you, and who may quench it?
That
Plague-
fire is missing. Go ahead.
It says, plagues are sent unto you, and what is he?
Plagues. It says this is the plague that shall come upon.
yeah.
Matter of fact, go to it.
Zechariah 14.
Zechariah 14.
Zechariah
yeah.
14 and 12.
Gotcha.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. This shall be the plague
Quick drum.
wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
Quick.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth.
That's it. That's it.
Radiation.
Let's go back.
Second Ezra 16 and 5. Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire of stubble in stubble when they have begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot from a strong archer. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He will thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it, Salakia, are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. And it says, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow, his arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world.
Ends of the world. Hey, that's why it says in the book of Job that they shall flee from the iron weapon.
That's Job 20. Yep.
You know, meaning they're gonna go.
When
They're
you
gonna.
read that verse, that's immediately what I thought about Job 20.
They're gonna be running to those silos. You know, shall flee from the iron weapon. You know, that's heavy, man.
In that part where it says shall not miss, the missiles got guided technology.
Yep, the
So
Most High.
once they're shot, they're going to hit that target, whatever it may be.
Con.
That's it. That's all.
And there's 200 million of them.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy
Oh,
chapter
shall not miss. In Joel it says they shall not break their
The ranks. Yeah.
You already know. Yeah.
Con.
The IUIC teacher Joel 2 is talking about Israelites marching down the street.
Yeah,
He's talking
okay.
about that. He's talking about the missiles
Okay.
marching through the heavens.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause it says before them is as a Garden of Eden, and behind them it was a wilderness. You know. So how can he break it down like this?
This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 42. And I will make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy.
You read from where you read?
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 42.
Well, that's another one that goes into the destruction. All right, go ahead.
It's Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of the carcasses with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and their heavens, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all the hosts,
That's that mushroom cloud. You know? Hey, you know, see, that's why people don't really get the Bible, because when the prophets wrote the Bible back then, they wrote it pursuant to the things that they knew at the time. You know, like there's things that we know of today that we'll talk about, that if this place was to be able to go on, in the future people wouldn't understand what we're talking about. You know?
It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from a vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Right, and then because see in the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary, it says that Edom figures prominently in the future, the only neighbor of Israel that shall not receive mercy from the Lord. He said, and it said they were going to receive future judgment. And when you read those scriptures, that has never been, fulfilled.
Right.
You know, these devils are going to Jericho, they're going to Egypt, they're going to the Babylonian Empire, and going to the different kings, and and all that, the Syrian Empire and all that. But how come they haven't gone into an in-depth study of the Edomites?
Right.
And the things that happened to them, and
Well,
how
they did go through an in-depth study, and they said we can't speak about this. they did do the
There's no secret they can hide from you.
That's it. They know.
Well, that book, who is Esau Edom?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Charles Wiseman.
So it's like that just said it right. To read that again.
It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Right, because they know that that's a judgment. The final judgment, when the final judgment comes, the Edomites are going to be ruling. Scriptures say that Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. When Jacob is established, which they're claiming to be Jacob, but they're not. Because if they were, then the kingdom of heaven would be established, because they're back in the land.
And there would be rejoicing. There would be no homeless people. There would be no aid. There would be no war.
Quick precept for the apostle. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short
That's
time.
why he's cutting them YouTube pages, talking about we're gonna fine you $43,000 for each video. You know, so now you got to walk on eggshells. And, the bottom line, all you got to do is teach the truth.
Yeah,
that's
it.
it.
Go to say blah blah blah, back it up with the scripture. Blah
That's
blah
it.
blah,
That's
back
it.
it up with the scripture.
That's
You don't
it.
need no
You don't
gimmicks.
gotta get all emotional, which we do, but you gotta have the discipline not to be.
Yeah.
Just teach the scriptures, man.
Just teach it.
You know?
That's what the Lord told Ezekiel. He didn't tell Ezekiel come up with some gimmicks to get the people. He said just drop the word on them, man. Just teach them.
Drop
That's
a load on them.
Hey, when Jake come and watch these videos, he's supposed to get fed,
Yeah.
Yep.
not entertained.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a picnic and we have a concert. No, just read the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
And this fucking debating, man.
It's bullshit. It's
This
bullshit.
debating is bullshit because
Yep.
hey, a lot of times Sakari be having debates, and I'll watch some of it in the That's a weak topic. And I watch maybe 5 minutes. I turn that shit off, man, because ain't nothing being said, you know. And Jake thinks this is a damn game. Well, I want to debate you on this. And you know that dude maybe watched 3 videos, and he's a self-proclaimed master, and then he makes a fool of his goddamn self, man.
Yep.
Just teach the scriptures, man. I don't know why that dude called the Tazariak show about saying that where's the scriptures where it said we're going to go into captivity with the Gentiles. There's several scriptures that go into that, man. Then he says excluding Isaiah 14. Well, why would you exclude Isaiah 14?
Right.
Isaiah 14 is explicit that we shall take them captives and captives they were.
Right.
And we shall rule over their oppressors.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
So wait.
That's why you try to avoid them. You don't even
What kind of
look,
bullshit is that?
Look, vocab come around, I don't want to be around, man, because it's a waste of fucking time. You say the same, well, wait a minute, this is a Gentile. What have we said time and time and time and time again? That them Gentiles are Israelites, man.
The deaf adder, which could
Would stop if it's scared.
stop of his ear.
Bam.
Quick precept for you, Apostle Ezekiel 33 and 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice.
Yeah, a lot of Jakes watch these videos to get entertained, to get their daily dose of entertainment.
Yeah, daily Israelite fix.
Their daily Israelite fix. They ain't out there teaching. It said, be ye doers of a word, not hearers only, deceiving your own self.
That's it.
A lot of people just hear this, man, but then they go about their business.
This thing is deadly serious, man. This ain't no joke.
They think this is a joke. They think it's entertainment. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 33 and 32. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that have a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument.
And entertain them.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not.
That's a cut for all of you that have been listening to us for the last 10 years, the last 2 years, the last 6 months, and you ain't did nothing about it.
Yeah, we have piped unto you. You have not.
Right.
You got it.
Yeah, get that.
This is Luke 7 and 31. And the Lord said, whereunto then shall I liken the men of this generation? And to what are they like? And they are like unto children sitting in the marketplace,
The Agora.
and calling one to another, and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned to you, and ye have not wept.
Oh, this shows you this thing is a thing of mourning, not a thing of feasting.
Ah.
So what is IUIC talking about? It's an Israelite party, isn't it? You don't mourn at a party, man. You know? That's what they say, right?
Yeah.
It's an Israelite party, right?
Hey, this ain't no motherfucking party, man.
And the way that came out.
Living in this world is not a fucking party.
Hell no.
You know, Jake, you got Jakes that are homosexuals. You got
Yeah, man.
your black woman that you might like this woman, and you find out she's dealing with another woman.
Yeah,
man.
goddamn
How can you
lesbian.
be happy about that, man?
Remember-
You got men.
And she
walking
look good,
around
too.
As a homosexual, man. You know?
I remember me and you went to that club. This is years ago. In New Haven.
The Van Dome.
Van
Van
Dome.
Dome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we in the club, right? We was mad as hell, man. We in the club. And then you remember that one chick, she was dancing, then she
Oh,
looked
yeah,
at you,
yeah.
she was dancing, then she went like this. Then she went and she closed the door. She actually closed the door.
Yep.
And we saw the whole thing, man, showing you the spirits in there.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't belong. We knew we didn't belong in there. I said, man, I don't belong in this place.
Yeah. That was
Ladder
a
party.
long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Then Jacob's ladder party. Open up the refrigerator.
I mean, she was on top of the
Hey, you
speaker.
should have seen that bitch, man. She was,
Well, that's what.
And then she looked, she went.
That's
Shut the door.
That's these women. That's these women.
I mean, she was getting it.
she was in the element, man. She was getting into it, brother. Then she saw a rhyme knob. She looked at her. Then she closed the door. She closed the door on her. I'll never forget that.
That was
Then
crazy.
we were watching the people in the club. They're in slow motion. They look like,
Yeah,
look
yeah,
like zombies, man.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Jacob's ladder.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how it was.
And then you had the Puerto Rican chick, and she was a demon all the time.
She's
Yeah.
dead too.
And, oh, yeah, she's dead. Yeah,
Yeah, Elizabeth
she's
Pena.
dead. Yeah.
She got hit with
a
that
hawk came
alien.
out of her mouth. You gotta
Yep.
watch that movie. That
Yeah,
shows you
yeah.
how the demons work, boy.
Yeah.
And he saw the woman, she was dancing.
Oh, yeah, she was getting it.
dancing,
Yep.
And all of a sudden, a tail came from a demonic tail.
Yep.
A fucking Komodo dragon tail came out and started slithering.
Yep. Horn came out of her
You
mouth.
remember he opened up the refrigerator? He opened up the refrigerator, and there was a jackal's head, skull in the fucking refrigerator, man.
Yeah.
And then he kept looking at his girl, and all of a sudden, she turned around, a big white horn came out of her mouth.
Yeah.
And he bugged the fuck out.
Fucked out, yeah.
And he went right back to Danny Aiello, that faggot.
Yeah, the cherub.
Yeah, the big cherub, you know?
Yeah, we actually called him the devil in the village.
Yeah.
he went like this.
He
said, "You the devil."
That dude's like 6'4",
Yeah, big
6'5".
Big flimmer.
Wearing some white
Golf shorts.
poom shorts.
Oh,
yeah.
With a white t-shirt. We was out there, man.
Yeah.
And some fucking white tennis shoes.
Yep.
Big as this dude is, a big rough. He plays rough Italians. We saw him down in the village, man.
Yeah.
Poom
And we
shorts.
said, you
God
faggot,
damn.
you faggot. He jumped in the yellow cab. You know?
God damn.
He skipped into it. He pranced into it.
That's disgusting.
But then, you know, hey, what do you do, man? You ready? Take two, the mafia kills the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
He's going, okay, I'm ready. What's your motivation? Your motivation, you're a mafia hitman. You want to kill this so-called Jew. Ready, take two.
Yep.
You know, he gets into
The
that.
stare down, yeah.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
You dirty mother.
You dirty motherfucker.
What he said in The Godfather 2? This is from something. Some guy says hi. Then he tried to strangle the guy in the bar scene. That was Aiello in Godfather 2.
That was Aiello?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh, it was?
That was
Okay,
him.
okay.
Yeah, that was
Well,
him
I've seen
in
back.
Godfather.
Well,
Yeah.
He was typecast.
Yeah, and then he tried to
He's a
strangle
mafia,
him.
A mafia hitman.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that was Luca
Gandolfini.
Brasi.
Gandolfini in True Romance.
Yeah.
You know, he was set to kill the chick.
Yeah.
And the chick wound up killing his ass.
Yeah. What the fuck was
Yeah,
his
he
name?
did this. He smiled. He said, popped in the head. But she turned, demons jumped on her, man.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
She got
She
demonic.
killed that motherfucker.
She got
Killed
demonic
that
on his
motherfucker
ass.
with
Alabama.
The toilet bowl.
Yeah,
Cracked his fucking skull.
That was
Go ahead.
Alabama.
Yeah,
We
man.
practically related.
I think he said Don Corleone says hi, and then he went to strangle him with that rope, the
Luca
garrow.
Brasi, when he went to strangle Luca
No,
Brasi.
and that was a different scene. That's Godfather 1.
Oh,
This is
I'm
Godfather
sorry.
2.
I'm sorry, okay.
Yeah,
You gotta
Godfather
get
2.
your Godfather
Cut, yeah,
straight.
cut.
You gotta do the history again.
All right, go ahead. Where we at?
Back in Luke 7:32, they are like unto children sitting in the marketplace
Yeah.
and calling one to
So now
another.
the marketplace has been extended to the YouTube, man.
Gone.
You know? Because when you go on YouTube, right, you get commercials and shit. You know?
Yeah.
And them commercials would be crystal clear. They'd be like,
Oh, yeah.
what do you call it? 4K.
Yep.
Right.
No buffering.
No buffering,
No
nothing.
buffering. It's like a perfect picture.
Yeah.
Then your video come up, it'll be all right.
Choppy.
Yeah. Choppy.
It'll be all right.
It'll buffer. You know, the quality be off.
Yep.
You know.
And you used to be able to press a button and get rid of the commercial. You can't even do that now. You have to. You sit there. You force that. Sit watching that.
And then you gotta watch
No, you gotta sit through two commercials.
two commercials.
Two
Yep.
commercials come up, then you gotta wait. Then another fucking commercial
Yep.
come up, and then you gotta wait. And then well, they're trying to make money now.
Oh yeah.
Hey, YouTube my ass.
Look, man. Hey, YouTube, you can take all the videos down, all right?
There too.
2020, whenever you want to do it, because guess
Do what you gotta
the
do.
word is already out.
It's
The Lord's
already
not
out.
getting ready to take this place out.
There too.
He getting ready to take this motherfucker out.
Esau's too.
Yeah, when YouTube started, it was a place that you could become a star. Now they're trying to do away with that. You know, they're trying to do away with that. You know.
I got a quick precept.
And
He's riding right to the chipping station. Go ahead.
Finishing
Make
off,
it simple as hell.
and it says, and calling
Next
one
episode.
to another and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned to you, and ye have not wept.
Yeah, because what we're doing is we're bringing His word to you, but you're not reacting to it. You're just listening to it, you know.
Yeah, like that bitch. She put a comment. She said, "Why are you complaining if you know that the woman is right? Yeah, if you know that the woman is part of your punishment, why are you complaining when she comes
Well, we're
against
gonna
you?"
complain any damn way.
Scripture just said we have moan unto you.
We're gonna complain any goddamn way.
That's why we don't want women coming on our comment board talking anything, man.
Souls of the just complain continually.
That was the
We
comment you
complain
read.
about, we know Esau is over us, the Most High put us over us. The Esau is the Most High's whipping stick, but we supposed to fucking still be mad, you know?
Yeah. Cry
Go
unto
ahead,
the
Al.
Lord.
Precept. This is Job 7:11. Therefore I will not refrain my mouth. I will speak in the anguish of my spirit. I will complain in the bitterness of my soul.
That's a
Well, the
cut.
prophets complained. Hosea, all of them complained to the Most High.
And that shows you a woman ain't in the truth. Because that proves she ain't in it. Why would she make a step? Why are you complaining? Just deal with the punishment. That means she enjoys being, that shows you the woman knows she's a punishment unto us, and she enjoys being a punishment unto us. She gets off on it.
We're supposed to be happy about getting punished, you know?
It says no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous but grievous. What the hell, man?
Hey, we getting ready to close. Talking around, call them in. Okay, go ahead. We got the last precept.
Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace, day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and keep not silence, and give him no rest, till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
Now the question is, the vocab or any other Christian apologist are is Jerusalem a praise in the earth? No.
Nope.
So the people over there in the land of Israel, they're not the people. Because if the people were there, the whole earth would be a praise. It would be joy again, paradise. I done, Eden.
Yep. Yeah, we wouldn't have oil spills. We wouldn't have chemtrails in the air. The fish wouldn't be beaching themselves. You know, it'd be a
Food wouldn't be so nasty.
Yeah, GMO food. We wouldn't have that. We ain't gonna have that.
Yeah,
in the
you got to
kingdom.
go to the supermarket. You got to go to certain stores where they carry mostly GMO, organic, USAID, organic. First of all, whatever you eat in the earth is good for you, man.
Yes.
Non-GMOs to GMOs. What does GMO mean? It stand for a genetically modified organism. That means something. That sounds like something.
Made in the lab.
This right here is a genetically, you see that thing crawling around in your stomach? That's a genetically modified organism. You know? Go ahead.
Just to add to what you're saying, I remember years ago at the G20 summit, they tried to pass a bill, which they probably did, to make all GMO foods pass for organic.
Well, they're doing that any damn way. They're doing it any damn way. You pick up something that's non-GMO, that
Organic now is just a name.
man.
Just a name.
All right, that motherfucker's it says organic. That motherfucker's not organic, man. That's inorganic.
Yeah.
We are preserved by the mercies of the Most High.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, if you see a package non-GMO, get it. If not, fuck it, eat it, man. Pray over it, eat it, man.
Shall eat poison and live.
So, is that it, Pastor?
Yeah, we're closing.
All right, shalom.
Shalom.